Hey, ladies, welcome to the Single Moms United podcast. If this is your first time joining, thank you, welcome. And if you are a repeat listener, thank you also. I am here to motivate and encourage single mothers, all walks of life. Particularly the younger single mom, right? Because as an older single mom, I'm just trying to pay it forward some of the things that I've learned along this journey so that you can hopefully, you know, think about some things. It's not a one size fits all, but at least take into consideration, hey, let me think about that. Maybe I can take some of this advice and mold it a little bit to better fit my own situation or my environment. But that's what this podcast is all about. It is designed to make you think, and it's also designed to encourage you. So if you are finding value in this podcast, then definitely tell another single mom. Tell them. You just don't know what she may be going through. And again, if you found value, she may find value too. You just never know. All right, let me get off my stool here and get down to business for today. And if you've heard any of my more recent episodes, you'll know that I've been doing poetry. I love to write poems. And so Father's Day is coming up, and I bet you have some things to say about your baby's father, good and bad, I'm assuming. This podcast or this episode is going to be brief and to the point, and it talks about, is he a dad or is he a father? Because it's going to break down the two titles. I'm sure you're going to be able to pick out which one your child's father is. Excuse me, what title your child's or the other half contributor to your child or making your child get here. But it's important in my mind that we distinguish between the two titles, between a dad and a father. As I read this poem, hopefully you'll say, oh, I think I need to give him a new title. Maybe the one that he's getting he doesn't deserve, or vice versa, right? So I'm going to go through, read my little poem, and if you find value, number one, tell another single mom, and number two, let me know. Let me know, because if you do find value, then I definitely want to continue providing this type of support and motivation to you. All right, so here we go. Here we go. Is he a father or a dad? By the time this poem is finished, knowing if he is a father or dad, you should clearly be able to distinguish. When it comes to seeing a child, a dad will always be glad, but a father will say, don't bother. Yes, Father's Day comes once a year, but in all honesty, it's a dad we really should cheer. A dad makes sure he fights for his rights to be in the child's life. Being divorced shouldn't veer him off the responsibility course. Now, those that carry the father title only represent they were involved in the child making event. Just because there is confirmation of DNA does not mean he understands his responsibilities and will stay. When we talk about a dad, he won't be forced to pay child support. He knows his obligation is to his child's education. A dad will take every opportunity to love and share in his responsibility. Keep in mind, dads are involved to ensure issues get resolved. Most fathers don't care about who, what, when, or where, and when reminded, will have a tendency to swear. Let's not make the mistake the two titles because one is definitely more idle. Dads will own their responsibility because it helps them maintain their dignity. Fathers will just make excuses and remain useless. Now, let's clarify. All male parents start as fathers, but there has to be a psychological transformation because he has a new obligation. Embracing fatherhood isn't about name, but denouncing any shame. Remember, a child needs both parents to take responsibility to develop their maturity. If the dad wants to be active in the child's life, then mom, absolutely do what's right. So, mom, let go of the anger and work with dad to keep the child from danger. A dad will endure all tests because he wants to do what's best. He knows the child is a reflection of him. So, mom, please do your best not to verbally condemn. Father's Day comes once a year, but a true dad says, I'm going to be the core by staying in my child's life all of 364. Dads know it's not all about money, but he will have a good sense of humor and know how and when to be funny. A dad will tell his child, I love you, in spite of what you do. While a father will say, I don't care, it's because of your mom you are in despair. A dad will take ownership, while a father will say, I don't want a relationship. After all this, you should know the difference between a father and a dad. Now make sure your child understands which one they have. There you go, ladies. Again, I'm no professional poet. I just enjoy writing poems. But with Father's Day coming up, I wanted to put something out, something brief and to the point. Now, this is the first of two. The next Father's Day episode will be directed to the father. Make sure you come back in another week and I'll have another poem. And this one, again, will be directed to the father or the dad and the dad. How about that? All right. You have a great day, a fantastic week, and a marvelous month. Take care, ladies.